Ignite is an ongoing series of speedy presentations. Each speaker gets only 5 minutes and 20 slides that auto-advance every 15 seconds.
Before there were iPhones and camcorders, if you wanted to shoot home movies at home, you needed this bank of really blazing hot lights. And my Aunt Frances, who shot the movies that you're watching here, would warn us, children, not to touch those lights because they were so hot. Being an experiential kind of kid, I needed to know what that meant. So right after this was shot, I went over to the lights, put my hand on it, and burned the skin off the tips of my fingers. Who would guess at that time that I would end up spending the better part of my career working under those same hot lights for a television show called 60 Minutes, traveling the world and meeting some of the most interesting people of my time.
I got an ice cream, hurt, pain, cold.
What do you mean you don't know how?
Well, those early songs were like almost magically written.
I don't really know.
It's the story that keeps me going, truly.
That's how we roll.
At 9 years old, I wanted to be an astronomer or a science fiction writer. Where the miner's cap comes in, I'm not quite sure. And thanks to my Aunt Franny, I also had an interest in photography. National Geographic was my in-house tutor. Everything I learned visually about photography, I learned from flipping open the pages of National Geographic for all those years. My parents, seeing that I had an interest in photography, of course went out, bought me a brand new Nikon camera, encouraged me to go to NYU Film School, and enrolled me in photography camp. Actually, none of those things happened. The gift that my parents gave to me was they left me alone. They let me pursue my own interests, and they gave me the gift of self-discovery. My father, who worked for the Supreme Court, if he had dreams about his only son becoming a lawyer or perhaps a judge, he never expressed that to me. And I was always grateful for that. My mother, who was an artist herself, really could have had a lot of opinions about what I was doing and never tried to direct me. Instead, she told me her one piece of advice: Bill, whatever you do, grow up to be a decent human being. And Aunt Franny gave me her old movie camera, which today is 55 years old and still works beautifully. There is nothing you can buy at the Apple Store that will still be around in 55 years, trust me. I started shooting movies, very simple things, just trying to put sound and picture together, but I quickly learned that if I wanted to hold my audience's attention, I needed to put them in the movie.
Are you tired of drinking spoiled milk? With the special reversible milk container, you can put it back. Just watch how simple it is. Tip forward, pours back in, enjoy milk again.
Okay, I think that we have solved the mystery of why my parents did not suggest spending $50,000 a year to go to NYU Film School, and I'm not sure that it would have helped anyway. I did go to college. I went to Plattsburgh State University with my best friend from high school, Joe Mahoney, who went on to star in every movie that I made in college. The only difference between the movies I made in college and high school was when I went to college, I was being graded on them, and not very well.
Seeing her with him made my blood race, and she knew it. You'd think that after a certain point, the games would stop. No words were spoken. I could hear her anyway.
Obviously, I was not on my way to becoming the next Steven Spielberg. No. I did get a job in television, and getting that job was the perfect example of Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours of practice coming to life. People ask me today if I can pass down the same gift that my parents gave to me, the gift of self-discovery, to my own children. I think so. Today, my kids are teenagers. Neither one is interested in photography or working in television. But they are growing up to be pretty decent human beings. And I think that my mother would agree with me that that's a pretty good start. Thank you.